A girl was standing there and told me that she's his girlfriend. I don't know if that's true. If she's just told me she had seen me at the restaurant with him. She knew I'd been in his apartment. To stay away from him, don't ever talk to him, and was basically holding me up against the wall. I mean, she wasn't actually touching me, but just kept moving me towards the wall. I just thought she was going to beat me at some point.
Wow.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Aaron?
This is Aaron.
Hey, Aaron, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
What's going on?
Not much. Any idea why I might be calling you?
No, not really.
A guy recently emailed us about you, Aaron. Okay, his name is Eric.
Oh.
So you know Eric? He's in your acting class and everything.
Yeah, you know Eric?
We do now because he emailed us and asked us to call you.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to tell us why you don't want to go on a second date with Eric?
He has issues.
Oh.
What?
Like, you mean family issues?
He told you all that?
Yeah, he told us all about your date. He says you guys went out for drinks and had a good time, but he does feel like on your date he may have overshared a little too much information about his family. And that's what I'm assuming you're talking about with issues.
No, that wasn't the problem, actually. I mean, it wasn't a turn-on, but it wasn't the issue.
It wasn't a turn-on. Tell me more about your bad father. That's awesome.
Get out of here.
What do you mean he had issues then, Aaron?
Basically, the biggest turn-off to me is what he did on the date, what he said over and over.
What did he say over and over?
He basically asked me if he was attractive.
Oh, no.
Like 7 or 8 times.
Really?
Well, he started off being like, oh, no, just really tell me, am I attractive? And I said, yes, and just tried to laugh it off. And then he was like, no, but seriously. And then we'd talk for a while, and everything would be fine. And then he'd be like, but really, back to what you were saying before, how attractive on a scale of 1 to 10 am I?
Gosh, Aaron, that sounds awful.
Yeah, that's...
If you're on a date
He just
with
wouldn't let it go.
Is he attractive?
Oh, my God.
Leave the girl alone about it.
It was just too much. Like, I don't want to always have to wonder, is he going to do his hair a different way? And, like, how that's going to make him ask me again and again.
Well, nobody wants to hang out with somebody who's super self-conscious like that.
Yeah.
But, Aaron, I do have to ask you, and I appreciate you staying on the phone with us, okay? Mm-hmm. On a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give Eric?
Come on.
I have to know now.
I gave him an 8.
Okay, that's good. So you did find him attractive.
Yeah, it didn't matter, though. He was completely offended when I called him an 8.
What?
You actually told him, hey, you're like a solid 8. Can we stop talking about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was being generous when I called him an 8. I just wanted to move on, you know?
Oh, Aaron.
All right. I can understand how that would be unattractive.
Yeah.
Aaron? Eric is actually on the other line and heard everything that you just said.
What?
Hey.
Oh.
Say hi to Eric, Aaron.
Hey.
Was it really that bad?
I'm so embarrassed. I don't even want to have this conversation with you right now.
Well, no, wait. What exactly bothered you about... I mean, because everybody likes to hear that they look good.
Are we really doing this again? I mean, we already went through this on the date. This is exactly what you were doing then, so...
But yeah, but you gave me the silent treatment after that date. I was just like, what's going on?
Yeah, people don't need to hear 15 times in a row and have to ask the person, do I look attractive? They like to hear it.
There's nothing wrong
once,
with being
maybe.
reassured.
Yeah, but Eric, don't you think it's a little much to keep asking somebody, hey, am I hot, by the way? I know 10 minutes went by, but am I still hot?
It's good for your self-esteem to hear it. I know that.
Yeah, but Eric, don't you have any of your own confidence? You shouldn't put your self-esteem based on some other person's opinion.
Just because one person thinks so, you want to, okay, is that true of this? But, I wanted to know what Aaron thought. You know what I mean? Like,
You kept looking at your own reflection in your iPhone
What?
You looked like you were texting, but I saw the screen. You were looking at your own reflection.
Were you checking yourself in your iPhone camera?
Okay, so I'm at fault for that too, and then and the bar has mirrors in it. I'm at fault again.
Eric, how do you not realize that this is kind of weird?
I'm just blown away at how this has gone way out of proportion. Like, I asked a couple times on a date how I looked, and now it's like spiraled into this. And then I asked you about it afterwards and tried to follow up, and I got nothing from you. So
You called me on the radio, right? You wanted to know that bad, and you're not taking it well. Maybe that's why I didn't want to tell you in the first place.
wow. I guess this just isn't going to work out. But, going back to something you said earlier, what does it mean you were being generous about giving me an 8?
Eric,
Are you serious,
have you
Eric?
learned nothing?
No, I need to know.
No.
Oh,
What
my
is that all
God.
about?
Are you for real, Eric? You really asking that right now?
Oh, God.
Closure.
Well, she obviously meant something by it. I want to know what that means.
Jeez, Eric.
What's the real number?
I feel like Eric doesn't even need to go out on dates with other people.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Hey, at this point, I would love to ask you guys if you'll go out on a second date.
Oh, God.
I will pay for it. Aaron, would you go out with Eric again?
What do you think?
I'm thinking yes. Am I wrong?
You're wrong.
Damn it. I thought for sure you might go out with him again. Eric, there's your answer, man. Maybe don't check your reflection in your phone and ask somebody repeatedly if you're good looking.
Get
on
some
your next date.
confidence.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, the good thing is, though, you guys still get to go to acting class together after this.
Oh, that's not going to be awkward at all.
And if anybody's curious, I give this second date like a 3.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Ren, please?
This is she.
Hey, Ren, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio program.
I'm sorry. I think you have the wrong number.
No, I'm pretty sure I have the right number, Ren. There's not a whole lot of Rens, and I was given your number by a guy named Adam to call you today.
What?
Yeah. Adam is a listener to our show, and he says he recently went out on a date with you, but you're not calling him back, and he asked us to see if we could get you on the phone and ask why.
How do you know him?
He listens to our radio show. Adam wanted us to call you to ask if he did something wrong on your date or there's a particular reason that you don't want to see him again.
I don't even really know how to respond to this.
I know
Did
it's
he talk to you about this?
He did. He told us that you went out for coffee, and he said that he was a little late, and he actually feels bad because he thinks that he may have been a little upset from a traffic incident, and he wasn't very attentive to you on your date.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Is that a pretty accurate description?
Yeah, I would say so. I get this is what you guys do, so I don't mean to be disrespectful at all. I'm just kind of like,
No,
oh my God.
it's fine. I appreciate you taking the time out to talk to us. We just want to pass along a message to Adam and give him your perspective on the first date.
Yeah, I can talk about that. My experience with Adam was very limited, and I'm not a very confrontational person.
Mm-hmm.
And he was very, very angry, and I think that the first 10 minutes of the time that we very, very first were introduced to each other, it was really just all about this driving experience he had being so frustrated with this other person.
Was he like cussing and stuff when he was explaining it to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it was so over the top that I would have need to have left, because I would have done that if it was really, really that bad. If he was.
That's what I was
out
going to
of
ask you,
control.
Ren. I was going to ask you if at any point you were scared for your life.
Oh, gosh.
No, I wouldn't say that. It really wasn't like that, but it was pretty intense. Even when he finally went to go get us some coffee, which he did, finally pull himself up to be like, okay, I'm going to go get us some coffee. But
Pulls himself together.
even in that moment when he goes to order the coffee, I can hear him from all the way at the other end of the shop, and he's ordering, and he just sounds aggressive.
So was he like yelling at the barista and stuff like I'm just trying to...
I said grande!
I'm picturing him
Sprinkles.
just tearing up this Starbucks or wherever you're at.
No, it really wasn't like that. It wasn't like he was he was unkind toward the people around him necessarily. It's just the manner in which he was dealing with things. It was just like pent up. You know, when somebody's really upset about something, and even though they're doing something normal, it's in an abnormal way.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the other thing that was tough. It was manifesting in like sweat.
Oh.
So, he was so mad that he was sweating?
Well, I don't know if he just sweats, if that's a thing, independent of what was going on, but it seemed like it was fueled, or at least like made a lot worse by his emotional space.
Ren, it's called hyperhidrosis. It's
What?
people
Are
who
you
can't control their
serious?
sweat glands. Okay, they sweat a ton. Maybe he has that.
How do you know this?
Don't ask.
I've known some people who have had hyperhidrosis.
Yeah, quote, known some people.
So you don't want to see him again because he's an angry, sweaty mess.
It's not just that he was sweating a lot and being angry. He was sweating profusely, like the palms of his hands. There was
weird.
sweat dripping
Was
down him and then collecting, like under. I'm trying to think of
Whoa.
the right way to say this. Like man boobs, you know.
Oh.
Is Adam taking
Yeah.
steroids?
Oh, gosh.
He sweated out his
Sweating,
whole
sweating,
shirt.
like dark, just covered in sweat.
Oh, man.
It stains, boob stains.
Yeah, that's bad. If he's pitting out a little bit, that's kind of like, whoa, man, you sweat a lot. But if he actually, his whole shirt was sweated out,
I don't think that's being...
That's what I was concerned about, because I know that when I'm upset, like I'll sweat a little bit, and that's normal. But it was, whoa, it was so much.
I'd be curious to find out if it's an issue or if it's just his anger that makes him sweat like that. Aren't you curious to at least know?
Honestly, maybe he's a really great person that just had a really bad day, but I just don't want to deal with it.
Okay.
I really don't.
That's cool. Thank you for giving us an answer. I appreciate it. But I
Yeah.
really need to find out about this sweat, and that's why I'm glad you're still on the phone, because Adam is also on the phone and heard everything you just said.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. I'm sorry.
Hi, Ren.
Oh my God. First of all, I'm really, really sorry. Look, this is really, I'm sorry, and then I'm also like annoyed to be put in this situation. But I am sorry if you heard things that I said that are unflattering.
Oh my God, you don't need to feel bad, Ren. Pretty much everything you said is true.
Oh, no.
I mean, I can kind of explain the sweating thing, the anger stuff. The sweating thing. Let's start with that.
Point one.
So, I mean, I threw a hoodie and a coat on, and it ended up not being as cold out as I anticipated. By the time I was all pissed off at this guy in front of me, I started sweating in the car because I was blasting the heat, and I was so pissed off I wasn't thinking about it. The coffee shop had the heat on. I, couldn't stop sweating, and I knew I was, and I know that my man boobs were sweating.
Yeah, and that was a crappy thing for me to say about man boobs. That was rude. I'm sorry. That was just the first.
No,
it was
I
just
don't
the easiest.
care.
thing.
That's what I think I want you to hear. It's like, I'm not that angry guy. I know I was sweaty. I know I was hot as and I thought if I didn't pay attention to it, you wouldn't mention it. Like, I was so lost in that date, and, I didn't know what to do, and I went home and showered right away. I was I was looking in the mirror, and I literally was mortified by myself because I was really excited about this date, and I never tell friends about going out with anybody, but for some reason I was kind of stoked on you, and I just crashed and burned, and I kind of do that a lot in life, and I just want you to know that I really am sorry. And as far as you and I are concerned, I'd love one more shot, just one more chance to maybe sweat it out with you and
Sweat it out. Hey, Ren,
Sweet.
would you like to go out with Adam again? I will pay for a second date. We can send you guys to a spin class or something where the
Sauna?
sweat is supposed to be there. And would you maybe give him another shot to see if he's not so flustered this time? He can do a better job.
Adam, I'm this is awkward, and I just want to say I appreciate you eventually being honest. I think that what I would have preferred is if you could have communicated this to me not on a radio station, because you did contact me and you didn't really ever just come out and say.
I totally get it, Ren. I mean, as crazy as I was there, it's probably crazier that I ended up on the radio with you right now. But I tried calling and texting you, and, you never got back to me. And so, I felt like this was my last option of how I could get a hold of you.
Ren, will you do it? Will you go out with him one more time?
Come on,
I
Ren.
promise.
We've never had anyone be so sincere.
Will you drive, please, just so we're safe?
And he's funny.
All right. Okay. All right. Yeah.
One more day. Nice. All right. Ren, thank you for your time. Adam, congratulations. You got your second date, man.
Thank you guys, Ren. This is going to be great. I promise you. I'll see you soon.
Adam, 2 words before your next date, all right? Gold bond. Okay?
Hello.
Hey, is this Cece?
Yes.
Hi, Cece. How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning on Moving 92.5. How are you?
I'm good.
What's going on?
Nothing, just on my lunch break.
Nice. Are you familiar with our show?
I've heard you a couple times, I guess.
You heard us a couple times, you guess.
Oh.
Perfect.
Yeah. Why are you guys calling?
A listener emailed us and wanted us to contact you because you recently went on a date with him. Do you remember going out with Mark?
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not interested. Thanks.
Oh.
That's it?
Jeez.
You don't want to maybe talk more about why or anything else? You're just not into the guy?
No, honestly, I really need to go now anyway, so.
Wait. Cece, what did Mark do that was so bad that you can't even talk to us for just a second? Like I promise, we'll get you off the phone quickly if you have to go somewhere.
I mean, it's just kind of a long story.
Yeah, but it's a long story that everybody wants to hear. Okay, so we talked to Mark a little bit. He told us that you left his place, took a cab home, and he was texting you like, hey, let me know you made it home all right. And he texted you a bunch of times, finally got a response from you the next day that was like, yeah, I made it home. Could sort of tell that you were not exactly pumped about it, and then you won't respond to any of his other messages about going out again.
Yeah.
I mean, you initiated a makeout we even heard about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. She told you that?
I know. We know a lot, Cece. We know a lot.
Oh, my God.
I was really hoping that maybe, you just lost your phone or you fell asleep early.
This is so embarrassing. Something kind of dramatic happened afterwards. It's just, I'm just not going to be able to keep seeing him.
Something dramatic happened afterward? Are you talking about him wondering where you're at and blowing your cell phone up? That's dramatic enough for me that would make me not want to.
I mean, as far as the text messages, that wasn't really his issue. It was more of that I just didn't know how to answer his text messages after the incident.
What?
What do you mean? Like,
He just said that he asked if you made it home okay.
Well, I just didn't know if I could really be in communication with him anymore.
What? Cece, what happened?
Well, so he called me a cab, and when I went down to the cab, I got to the bottom of the stairs of his apartment, and a girl was standing there and told me that she is his girlfriend. I don't know if that's true, if she's just told me she had seen me at the restaurant with him. She knew I'd been in his apartment, to stay away from him, don't ever talk to him, and was basically holding me up against the wall. I mean, she wasn't actually touching me, but just kept moving me towards the wall. I just thought she was going to beat me at some point.
wow.
And, yeah, it was pretty scary, and she ended it with, she just said, stay away from Mark. And I was terrified. I've never encountered anything like that in my life before. So I literally ran to the cab. And I mean, I don't know who that girl is. What if she is his girlfriend? What? But I mean,
Yeah.
That's psycho.
No matter what,
That's
even
psycho.
if it isn't his girlfriend, he's got a crazy stalker. You don't really want to be messed around, and like you don't want to be in that situation.
It's worse if it's all in her head.
Wouldn't you be curious, Cece, to know if it is his girlfriend or if he's just like some crazy girl?
I mean, I don't know. If it is his girlfriend, then I don't want to talk to him. And if it isn't, and it's some crazy ex, I mean, I still don't want to talk to him because I mean, maybe she's tracking his phone calls.
Weird.
Maybe she's tracking. I don't know. Like, how did she even know that we were out to eat? I don't know. I'm scared, and I just would rather.
You just told me in either situation you wouldn't want to talk to him.
Yeah.
Which is hard for me because he's actually on the other line, listening and wants to talk to you.
Oh my gosh.
I'm really sorry. I swear I had no idea about anything about this. This is crazy. It actually sounds really awful. I'm so sorry.
Do you have a girlfriend?
I don't have a girlfriend.
So then who's outside of your apartment confronting your dates claiming to be your girlfriend?
I'm sure it's this girl, Kim, that I went on a bunch of dates with and is totally crazy and has kind of cyber stalked me, but I had no idea it was to this extent. I mean, this is Honestly, like, this is so crazy. Like, I'm so shocked by this.
I mean, I was the one who was shocked. We had a pretty good night. I walked downstairs, and I'm basically attacked, verbally assaulted by some girl. I mean, I don't understand how you couldn't know. I mean, how did she follow us to see where we went to eat? How did she know?
I I've ended it with her at least 2 or 3 months ago. It was after just a couple of dates, and as I said, she cyberstalks me. I know that. Like, she's left weird messages on my Facebook. I had to block her from that, but I haven't seen her in months. So how she knows that we were on the date, the fact that she told you she saw us at the restaurant, and then when she waited outside my house, like, I'm so sorry. I have to figure out what to do about this.
Oh,
come
my
on.
God, dude.
This is BS. This is such... Cece, do you believe this dude?
What? What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? That's not his girlfriend, and he's not just making an elaborate lie to make up the fact that it really is his girlfriend?
That's true. I mean, if she knows where he lives, knows everything like that, it sounds like he went on a few dates at least with her. So
yeah, but think about this though. If Mark's gonna go do a second date update on the radio, he probably doesn't have a girlfriend.
Yeah, or he's probably just really dumb, Jubal.
Mark,
are you
the stupidest guy on the planet?
Honestly, I'm not really dumb, and I mean, I'm sitting here just like running through my brain. What if I was Cece? How would I think? And honestly, Cece, I can bring friends. You know, we have a mutual Facebook friend. You know,
okay.
The fact that I went on like 4 or 5 dates with her, it doesn't mean that she was somebody I dated or they date like crazy weirdos like
So,
that.
Mark, you can prove that this girl is not your girlfriend.
Absolutely.
Cece, what if Mark can prove that this girl is not his girlfriend?
this is just too much. Until I know that she is not your girlfriend and that she's like in jail or has a restraining order, or I mean, dramatic, but I was terrified. So no.
Cece, if you go out with Mark again, we will pay for it. Hey, we'll pay for it. I'll send you out.
$30 night's not worth me possibly being killed. No.
I've got some big friends. They can go along as bodyguards. Maybe we get a police escort. We got a lot of cops to listen to the show. They'll follow you guys around, make sure nobody messes with you. What do you think?
No way.
Mark can prove it to you.
He can prove that she's an ex, but that doesn't mean he can prove that she won't come and follow me to my house.
No kidding. I'm with you, Cece. When you see crazy, just go the other way.
I understand what you're saying. I got to figure this out anyway. Give me a chance to figure this out. I promise you that I will not contact you again unless I can figure out how to prevent this and what the hell's going on. I'm floored right now.
If Mark can get rid of the stalker, then can he have a date with you?
I think it's just time to move on. Thanks, Mark.
Damn it.
That's
Nothing.
Man.
See, that's good.
All right, Mark, I'm sorry you did not get a second date.
Yeah, I got to go figure this out. This is awful.
But he does have one woman that wants him.
So I was going to say, yeah. Don't worry about it, though. Apparently, you have a girlfriend and a whole life ahead of you to enjoy with her. So have fun with that, man.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.